We're now kicking it with Brother Smalls, and we're here at Sugar's Cajun Cuisine in Missouri City, Texas, with no other than world-renowned Mike Phillips, saxophonist, businessman, philanthropist, and the sexiest man alive.
Oh man,
and the sexiest man alive.
I wish,
Mike
man.
Phillips is in the building.
What up,
What's
man?
going on, bro?
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Hey, man. Let's see, look what the New Rochelle and Mount Vernon rivalry gets you. It gets you brotherhood for life.
That's it, for life, man.
Meanwhile, they was out there fighting. We was in the choir singing together.
That's right.
And we didn't want no parts to do with. Now, mind you, we
bro.
battled on the field, on the court, but other than that,
That's right.
you've always been my brother, man.
That's it, man. So good to see you, man. The last time I saw you was in Cabo, Mexico at the Life Lux Jazz Festival, man. That was amazing.
Man, I had so much fun. I think we've been through so much the last couple years that people just want to relax, still in the context of being safe and the new normal that some of us having problems to accept and some of us are kind of like understanding it.
Sure.
But for everyone to be there and outside, jazz, food, music, family, good times, I couldn't been at a better event.
Thank you for that, and thank you for saying you was talking about people valuing themselves. I remember you talking about people at the festival, people valuing themselves and coming out to the festival. It was tremendous. I cannot wait, and I got to participate in the first annual Mike Phillips Los Cobos Cup. I mean, that golf course was fire, bro.
It was fire. The view was crazy.
It was nuts.
The the players that came up. Shout out to Marshall Faulk,
man,
NFL legend. Some great business minds. Mark Curry, the whole crew. Because at the end of the day, golf is the great connector.
Yeah.
Because if I'm spending 4 hours with you on the course, playing a sport that makes us all vulnerable. Now you can't, the guy that you are, you can't be him no more.
Nope.
Or you can't be her anymore. Nope. If you're the super dope businesswoman, golf humbles you. If you're the president of ExxonMobil, golf humbles you. So now that we're here in the sport that can make you the most vulnerable, you might as well. Now there's nothing to put out there.
There's no bravado there.
Yeah, so now you get to know each other.
Oh, sure.
You get to understand, you get to talk, and that time is spent building, growing, and connecting through a game that might whoop you behind.
That's the only thing that I want to talk about. You gave out awards, but you didn't have an award for, the person that lost, the most balls. Because if you had an award for that was my award.
Man, well, that's the idea. Okay, person who lost the most balls, we are going to add that to the list of awards. I'm telling you right now.
I'm telling you.
So if you sign up next year for the golf tournament, listen,
sir.
I'll have a trophy waiting for you.
With my name on it. Oh man, I tell you, thank you so much for spending some time with me, man. I had a couple of questions. Wow. Taking off the covers. Taking off the covers. I listened to all of your music, man, and it's so distinct in the sound and the vibe. How do you keep it fresh? How do you keep innovating with music? How do you keep that edge?
You gotta listen. Even with Miles Davis. Okay, find yourself being a person that's mixing music, an engineer. The engineer has the ability to turn up the bass, turn up the drums until it's a good mix. You cannot shift anything unless your fingers are on the things that can move. So I need to be able to hear the things that are in the streets right now. My fingers have to be on the pulse so I can move and mix them as well. I can't mix them by looking at it and thinking about it, my fingers got to be on the pulse of those buttons and those knobs that help to create the mix. So when you look at music, I want my fingers on the pulse of hip hop. I want my fingers on the pulse of what her is doing right now. Jill Scott, the Lucky Day, the new people that are coming out, because at the end of the day, that's the thing that gives me life, to understand the tendencies, how the things are being, how music is moving, and how the things that have the highest level of integrity, which you can tell the music that stands on the shoulders of people who already existed.
Yeah.
And I can be encouraged by that too. So that's how I keep it fresh. I gotta have my finger on the pulse of the things that are moving now.
Yep. And you guys gotta see Mike Phillips live. I'm telling you, because he keeps it on the pulse and he works with the environment. I've never seen someone just kind of vibe off of the audience and give the audience that type of feedback. You know, I've seen videos of you doing like a church clap. I've seen you kind of go serenading people. I've seen you.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot going on, because at the end of the day, I think we should all have a skeleton of what we're gonna do, but musicians have to have an intuitive nature of smelling what's happening in the crowd and how to morph into the spirit of the room. You know, so if you're a musician that just wants to throw his intention, no matter what it is, even if it's against the spirit of the room, then what happens is that you'll have a show and it won't gel, because there's a constant fight between your intention and the place where you are now. So you gotta be able to be humble enough to understand the environment and then hit the button to have a creative conversation with them in conjunction with being them. You know, so like, why did God bless chameleons to be chameleons if they're not going to change into the color of their environment?
Read the room, people. Read the room.
Exactly. Like, you know, I'm around everything that's green, and the chameleon going to turn into something bright orange. Like, you're homie. Like, God blessed you with all of this ability to change color, and you orange in a green setting. So the chameleon knows what color he's around, so he can just like. And then now it's a party because I'm blending in with y'all. We having fun. I'm still creating a creative agenda, but it's in conjunction with the blend.
Well, this is the master class, and I'm gonna just kind of say now I want to interview him on the master class, because you started it already, man.
No,
you started already, man. Well, you know, again, I have 1,001 questions. I have one more question for you, man. Will you be able to come? Will you come back on our show? Will you come back on the show?
100% unequivocally, 1,000% yes. So we can dive in. You know, talking here is fun, but really diving in, that's what it's about, because people always, classism in media, okay, so I got 100,000 followers, I got blah 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 blah, I got this and that. Okay, well, I know people that got hundreds of thousands of followers, but the impact is very small. So this is important.
Yes.
Because, once we put out the content, we tell the stories, then we have to work on how is this going to be impactful. So you can have 105 followers, but if you impact 40 people, then now everything works. So my thing is in what we do, let's just make sure that we're not worrying about so much about numbers, that we're not on the grind of understanding that we got to be impactful. So that's why I love you, the show, because the stories that allow people to see different things, what they see is what they'll be, but they have to see it first. This shows it, and that's what's extremely impactful about making sure that we put out media and different things that will allow people to understand that we're not playing any games, and making sure that we redefine the greatness that needs to be perpetuated on camera and in real life.
And in real life, man, he's a businessman. He's he's an excellent person. He's a good guy.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Yeah, that when Jay-Z said that, it went over everybody's head. He said, I'm not a businessman.
Yeah.
I'm a businessman. So we're all our business. So
Definitely.
the business of making sure that the word gets out, positive stories, impact, follow up, mentorship.
Yes.
That's what I love about you, because it's always been about that from day one, man. So I support you, and in conjunction with you interviewing me, I am saluting you for what you do in the community, man.
Oh man, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And guess what, America? I get to witness Mike Phillips in a couple of seconds. So we're gonna wrap up, and he's gonna hit the stage, and I'm gonna enjoy myself.
Oh man,
go check this man out,
yo,
please.
We're going in. Brother Smalls, that's what it is.
Let's do it.
Brother Smalls is the illest.